We're working very hard on our COVID protocols, so we're keeping as far apart as we can, as much as we can at the moment, because we've got some important games coming off. And I'm here with our head coach, Damian Welch. Damian, magnificent result on Saturday. It feels like the labour's starting to bear its fruit.
Yeah, I think the boys worked extremely hard, and a lot of the stuff that we've kind of been prepping over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks or whatever is actually, as you say, starting to bear fruit, starting to come together a little bit. There's a few systems that we've been trying to put in place that are kind of slotting in, and obviously we've said from the start it's a kind of new group of players, young group of players, and it's taken a while for them to kind of understand each other and learn how to play together. Obviously, from myself and Ryan's point of view, we're just extremely pleased with the effort they've shown and the fact they've stuck at it so well for so long. And it would be nice, obviously, for those guys that they get the rewards if this kind of almost this kind of area where they start to kind of understand what they're trying to do with each other. If that kind of continues, really.
And you say new players, but it was an old player that was the beating heart of it on Saturday. You got the supporters man of the match, which was Cameron Setter. How pleased were you with him sort of slotting in? Is it because there's some of the old systems are still in existence?
To some degree, probably, but I think it's also, you've got to give Cam credit. He's an extremely able, good scrum half, and he's also, an intelligent scrum half. And obviously, we were kind of struggling a little bit for kind of fit nines, and Cam's come back and answered the call. And to be honest, he's played fantastic. He's kind of understood the game management side of things that Ryan, in particular, wants to implement. He's understood that really well. And it's just that control that he gave us at 9, coupled with Phil at 10. Set us with some really good foundations, and it's the kind of those foundations that are the kind of things that drove that performance home for us, really. So yeah, from us, we're just massively pleased that he's come back, and obviously long may he continue.
And on the subject of foundations, foundations are laid up front. The front row were especially important and potent on the weekend. None more so than Max Norrie with his 4 tries, who's the National Division 1 Player of the Month of the week.
Yeah, I think we've always said when we're kind of fit and firing, I think we've potentially got one of the best front rows in the league. I think Danny Southworth's been playing brilliantly. Max has been playing brilliantly since the start of the season, and obviously with Dan Pullinger coming back as well, he's been playing exceptionally well the last few weeks as well. So we've got a really potent front row, starting front row. But I think obviously Max, he deserved that Player of the Week award anyway. He probably could have won it a few times for some of his performances. He's a bit of a wrecking ball for us. So it's just really pleasing to see he get the recognition he deserved, even though some of his tries may have been, just piggybacking on the back of the rest of the boys' efforts. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think
a maul is a thing of beauty. You've got a big donkey like me.
So yeah, never going to criticise him for that. It all came good for him. So yeah, really pleased.
Looking forward to this week now. It's 4 from 7 for Albion, 2 from 2 from Leeds. There's 2 teams that are starting to find a bit of form after tough starts. What do we know about Leeds?
Obviously, very, very hard-working side. The thing that really strikes me about them, obviously from watching their games, is just the kind of the team spirit they've got. They work extremely hard for themselves, for each other. Sorry, and obviously having known Phil Davis back when I was a younger player, I'm not surprised that that's kind of a hallmark of one of his teams. It was one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on at Cardiff when he was running that side of things. So they're very hard-working, very direct, and they just work for 80 minutes, and that's kind of where the rewards have been coming from for them. It's just 15 guys that are willing to go out there and really fight for each other, which is obviously really nice to see on the video. So it's going to be a really good test for us in terms of where we're at in kind of matching that and hopefully pushing through it as well. And as you say, obviously it's just 2 teams that have obviously come off good results. So there'll be some confidence in there from both sides, and it should be a really good game.
And just obviously they were picking up on that personal one. So was Phil one of your coaches back during your career? Is this sort of a bit of a reunion for you?
Yeah, hopefully so. It was so when I was at the Blues the first time round, and I was with Cardiff RFC. Phil was our coach in the year we won the championship. We won the Welsh Prem. So I think he came in 3 games into the season. I think we'd lost 3 or 4 games on the bounce. Coach left, and Phil came in. I think Phil had just been released by the Scarlets at that point. So Phil came in and changed the culture completely. We didn't lose another game all season and won the league. So, and from my point of view, I think he's a great bloke. And as I said, I can see a lot of the kind of traits and the characters that we had in that Cardiff side. I can see them replicated in Leeds, so it's no surprise really.
So it's going to be certainly an interesting challenge, and not one to look beyond. This is a big old game for us.
Oh, 100%. They all are every week, I think, for us, especially in this league. There's, as you can see, if you have just have a quick look at the results the last few weeks, any team can beat any team in this league. So we're in that stage of our development as well that we would never look too far, especially not when it's a side as committed as good as Leeds. So it's going to be a good task, and it's definitely one for us to focus on.
And with regards to the playing staff, we're all pretty much on deck. There's no major injury worries from the weekend?
No, I think the only thing we've got to check, obviously, I think Alex Duck has still got a sore ankle. We'll see how he is tomorrow. Other than that, I think we're pretty much fit and firing at the moment. So there's no real huge issues. No one really that's kind of standing out as someone who needs to be taken any particular care of. So yeah, we've more or less got a full squad to choose from.
That's brilliant. Right, Damian, thank you very much for your time, and we're looking forward to a big game this weekend, 3 o'clock at the Brickfields.
No problem. Enjoy it.